Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. You don't want to miss out on rare treasures, forgotten history, and coins that could change everything you thought you knew about your collection. Now, let me take you on a journey. Not across countries or oceans, but back in time. The year is 1972. The world was shifting. Technology was crawling out of the shadows. Televisions were black and white in many homes, and the value of a handshake still meant something. In South Africa, it was a time of political tension, but also, oddly, a time of silent craftsmanship. Because in that same year, something small was struck, yet not small at all in meaning. A coin, just 1 rand. But not just any rand. This wasn't pocket change. This wasn't meant to rattle around in a drawer. This was silver, solid, purposeful, a token of something greater. Imagine holding something that has survived 5 decades and still glows with history, weight, and value. Not just in metal, but in memory. The 1972 1 rand silver coin wasn't simply currency. It was a statement. It was art, cast in metal. Heavy, real. Not like the hollow, soulless coins you see today. Let's talk about the feel of it first. Not everyone will understand this, but if you've held a real silver coin in your hand, you know what I mean. That cold, dense feel. The way it clinks, not like modern junk, but with a deep, rich tone that sings like an old bell. You don't hear that anymore. That's because silver's nearly vanished from circulation. But in 1972, South Africa still struck this coin in 80% silver. The last of a proud era. The face of the coin bears a man you probably know, or at least should. Jan van Riebeeck, a figure both praised and questioned in South African history. But here, on the coin, he stands immortal. Head turned slightly, a gaze fixed on something distant. Maybe the future, maybe the past, or maybe just reminding us that time is watching. Now flip it. What you see is the Springbok, that iconic symbol of South Africa. Leaping forward, muscles tense, power in motion. It's not just design, it's storytelling. Because the Springbok doesn't stand still, it jumps. Just like the value of this coin has jumped in the eyes of collectors, investors, and those lucky enough to hold one today. Some coins are just coins. But this one, this silver rand from 1972, tells a deeper story. A story of transition. See, by the time this coin was struck, the world was moving fast toward base metals. Silver was being pushed out. Cost was a factor. But also, values were changing. People stopped caring about the feel of a coin, the look, the legacy. But not everyone forgot. Not you. And not the men who still search dusty attics, old tins, and forgotten boxes for something like this. Because this coin isn't just worth money. It's worth memory. Think about it. How many hands has this coin passed through? Maybe a father handing his son a silver piece for safekeeping. Maybe a shopkeeper tucking it into a drawer, never to spend it. Or maybe it sat, untouched, for 50 years, waiting for someone who'd understand its weight. And here's the thing no one tells you. Real collectors, real men who know value, don't just collect for price. They collect for story, for meaning, for legacy. This coin isn't rare in mintage numbers, but it's rare in survival. Because too many were melted down, sold for scrap, lost in the tides of forgetfulness. But if you've got one, you're holding more than silver. You're holding history. Now, let's go deeper. Why does this coin matter now more than ever? Because the world has changed. We're drowning in digital everything. Currency? It's pixels on a screen. Most people under 30 have never held a real silver coin, never felt the cool weight of truth in their palm. But you have. And maybe that's why you're here. Maybe that's why you're listening. Because you remember when things were built to last. When even a coin had character. Now, there's a new kind of gold rush. A silent one. It's not in rivers. It's in estates, auctions, in old safes and shoeboxes. Silver coins from the past are becoming the treasures of the future, not just for what they're made of, but for what they represent. Solidity, strength, heritage, things that matter again, because the world has forgotten them. And the 1972 1 Rand silver coin? It sits right at the center of that storm. Let's not kid ourselves. Not every coin becomes a legend, but this one is well on its way, because collectors around the world are waking up to its potential, and not just in small numbers. Whispered sales, quiet trades, private collections unlocking. Because when you mix silver, story, and survival, you get value. And here's what you came for. The number. The magic figure that's got collectors buzzing. This coin, in the right condition, under the right light, in the right auction, has been valued by private collectors and rare coin circles at upwards of $21 million. Yes, you heard that right. Not a typo, not a dream. 21 million. Because rarity is one thing, but legacy? That's priceless. Now, not every 1972 1 Rand will fetch that, but some have. And if you're lucky enough to own one, or even touch one, maybe you've got more than a coin. Maybe you've got a key to a vault of history, or to a future no one saw coming. So before you put that old coin back in a box, take another look. Feel its weight. Listen to its tone. Ask yourself, what story does this tell? What has it seen that you haven't? And then remember this, not all treasure is buried. Sometimes it's right there, in the palm of your hand. Subscribe for more stories like this, for coins that carry time in their veins, for truth that clinks and gleams and whispers across the years.